Thank you so much for joining Taiwan Talks, where growth is inevitable with life experiences, knowledge, understanding. I am so excited today for this feature. I am featuring today Jasmine Johnson, who is a dear friend of mine. And let me just go ahead right into the story before I get too excited and get off track, y'all. Okay, so originally from Atlanta, Georgia, Jasmine Johnson graduated with a master's degree in school counseling in 2019. She recently self published her first children's book entitled Mikey's Lost Toy. In addition to my dream of always wanting to become an author, Johnson said, it was inspired by the knowledge I acquired from the school counseling program. Although I am a high school counselor, I learned that basic skills in counseling are applicable to all age groups. I had my son, who is the co author of the book, while completing the school counseling program. Oftentimes, I would practice certain skills on him and my daughter. The more I learned, the more I practiced. About all the skills I learned, the most important lessons my professors taught me was how pivotal expressing one's emotions is to human development. This is the central message of my book. Prior to obtaining a master's degree, Johnson received a bachelor's degree in English with a concentration in education from Georgia State. I chose Georgia State based on the satisfying experience I had during my undergrad studies, Johnson said. After doing some research, I discovered how much the school counseling grad program had to offer. It offered a curriculum that was CACREP approved, and the success story from former students were admirable. Before I even interviewed, I knew I wanted to be a graduate of this program. This article continues in interview form. Why do you want to be a school counselor? I aspired to become a school counselor because of the impact relationship I had with my middle school counselor. Unlike many other educational professors, a counselor supports the whole student from the interior to the exterior. I always wanted to be an influential person in my students' lives, just as my counselors had been in mine. What fascinates you about research or not? What has surprised you about what you have learned? What most fascinating about research this way it fosters, what's most fascinating about research is the way it fosters growth regardless of its outcome. Results are favorable or not. You can always learn something from what you discover. I was surprised by the research data that was shared with the students since day one of the program. One assignment that really shocked me was how much research is required to create a single comprehensive school counseling program. Is there a professor you like to give a mention to that helped you along your journey? Johnson goes into detail. Honestly, I would not have completely completed this program without the insistence of each of my professors. Robert Rice always offered support and lent an ear when I was overwhelmed with school work, parenting, and working as a teacher. He believed in my success when I didn't. Aaron Mason and Tiffany McNary always allowed me to be more than just a member of their classes. They created a space for me to be transparent while they are nurtured while growing as a young woman entering into new worlds professionally and personally. Laura Shannon House always had the answer. She was the instructor that taught me the importance of expanding my knowledge on any subject that intrigues me. Everyone played their role with fidelity, competency, even down to Regina Finnan, whose office doors were always open for me to vent or request impromptu course advisement sessions. I believe in my heart that each of these individuals was handpicked not just in the department program, but for my life as well. How do you explain what you're doing in school to someone who is not in your field of study? I tell people that a school counselor is the backstage worker of the school. We support students academically, social, emotionally, and prepare them for life beyond grad school. The majority of the time, I just listen and help students come up with their own solutions if they are capable. I give them some suggestions if we create a plan that works for them. What tips can you give a student just starting to help them be successful. I would simply encourage new students to not be afraid when things get rocky or uncomfortable because they can't grow where they are complacent and comfortable. Sometimes growth hurts, but the pain is worth it in the end. How do you explain your cohorts to your outside friends? My cohort was my family. We all support each other and build a personal relationship. In fact, we still keep in touch with each other. And then it also goes into detail to encourage those who are schooling or wanting to become a school counselor to go ahead and start your career today through Georgia University. This interview was held through Georgia University, and she was featured on their website. So congratulations again to Jasmine Johnson. Can we give an applause? Thank you again for joining. I definitely was so excited about featuring this article. Jasmine Johnson, again, is a close friend of mine, and I wanted to go ahead and get this information out there to all of the parents and all of the students. As you all know, I do have a kids platform and playlist on my channel for them to be amused, be entertained, learned informative, gained information on our culture, as well as other things. So I wanted to give this to you all. Please support, please support. You can Google Mikey's Lost Toy. That's M as in Mary, I as in ice cream, K as in kite, E as in Edward, Y as in yo-yo, apostrophe S as in Sam, Lost, L as in love, O as in open, S as in Sam, T as in Tom, toy. T as in Tom, O as in open, Y as in yo-yo. Mikey's Lost Toy. Go ahead and Google that and put in Jasmine Johnson, Jasmine Johnson, Johnsson, and her information and book will most likely pop up. If you cannot find it, I will go ahead and extend my information. Feel free to contact me. I can probably most likely send you a direct link, okay? But this is her first self-published book. It is a great read. It's so adorable. Her son is adorable, which is where this book was birthed, and he is also a co-author, as we read in the article. So please support Black-owned businesses, okay? I am so proud of this individual. She is making moves with her children in her career, and now on the surface, giving back to us as a society knowledge and understanding. And this is exactly what we need during this pandemic, is a good read for your kids. Read it with your kids, bond with your kids, share those moments, and definitely support. So no more commentary before I get off topic anymore. Thank you for joining Talvon Talks. I just wanted to share this. Again, motivational stories, everything on my page and platform. You can always be uplifted positively. And this is, again, none other than a primary example. So let me go ahead and close out. Thank you for joining again, and feel free to come back and be encouraged. And remember that life is inevitable without life experiences, knowledge, and understanding. Thank you for joining.